Sunda Show. Sunda, how are you?
How am I? I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. And, you know, many people say, how do you stay fantastic? I'm delusional. That's what I am. I'm delusional.
Yes.
I'm
tell
delusional.
Us why.
Tell us why?
Yes.
Because when you say that I've got to go to the emergency room, I tell you I've got to show up for work because this executive producer is from Patterson, New Jersey. And what does that mean?
That means we got to work. The show must go on.
We got to work. The show must go on. That's what I told them.
We should be at the emergency room right now. We almost made it an entire year without going to the emergency room. And I feel like they miss us.
They do miss us. They do.
It's our home away from home.
It is our home away from home. And, you know, what's so exciting is so many things have happened since our Vegas trip, and lately we've been having some real fun people come to the Laugh Factory. Oh, Sean Penn was pretty exciting. That was exciting.
She's changing the subject.
I'm changing the subject.
About the emergency room.
I don't want to talk about the emergency room.
It's too personal.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because I'm a believer.
A believer. Justin Bieber. Sunda got her photo taken with the Justin Bieber.
I was out of my mind.
Yes. You know that...
his pants fell down. Ooh, oh, I'm a believer. I couldn't believe it if I tried.
Do you even know a Justin Bieber song?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oops, I did it again.
Yes. That was one of his big hits, but he was under a different name at that time.
It was so crazy.
When he did that one, yeah.
But look, we watched this kid like grow up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I remember when he was breastfeeding.
I remember when I was breastfeeding, but that's okay.
Yes.
I remember when my daughters were just first starting to look at them, and they were telling me he was going to be a star, and I said, why are you looking at him? Why are you not making music yourself?
How do they feel about the fact that you got to hang with the Bieber?
They were not happy.
And they didn't.
Well, Aviva, first thing she says to me, well, first when Selena Gomez was there, I called her and I said, you know, Selena Gomez is here. So Aviva says, put her on the phone.
Tell her it's Aviva, right?
Put her on the phone. She goes, tell her it's Aviva, right, like they know you.
She'll know.
Right, there you go. He has to get the attention. He has to have the attention. So that was Selena, and I was making Disney jokes that day, not knowing she was there, because...
And that night you told me, when I went on stage, to do the Justin Bieber joke, to open with it. Do you remember that?
Right.
I have a joke that has Justin Bieber
I'll tell you James's joke.
Please.
Here's the way he goes. Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, James says he's going to do a new movie based upon his first sexual experience. Angela Lansbury will be...
No, that's the punchline.
Okay.
That's the punchline. You have to say Justin Bieber will be playing me, and Betty White will be playing herself.
Okay.
See, that's the joke.
It's funnier the way I say it. But you know what?
How is it funnier the way you say it?
I don't know, but I've got to tell you something.
Please.
I've been dealing with a lot of drunk people lately at the club that, you know, it's interesting because they like you, but they like you more when they're drinking. And that's okay if they're laughing, but when they suddenly are like, can you take me home? I'm on stage, I can't do all that. And Justin Bieber's pants are really, I have to go back to that. I don't know how he's walking in them. I don't know how this man is walking in them. Wear a skirt. That's all I'm saying. And he's so cute.
Adorable. And he surrounds himself with black people.
Well, he has to. He needs protection.
Well, I don't know if they're protecting him, but he's just surrounded. He has a whole entourage.
And you didn't take a picture of me because you got mad at me because I don't take a picture of you.
No,
Listen to this. He gets mad at me because he says, you know, take a picture of me on stage in the beginning of the show, but somebody brought me, so help me God, 200 chocolates. I had a box of 200 chocolates and flowers, and I have to talk to people.
She has to talk to people.
Right.
But I asked her to take a picture of me for several weeks now, and she just won't take a picture of me on stage performing. I want a photo of me performing. For whatever reason.
But you can use an old one. Nobody knows.
No, what she did, what she said was at the end of the show, she said, just go up there, I'll take pictures, you can pretend you're performing.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
But it's funnier. Not to say you're not funny, because you're so funny.
No,
you're so funny, right. And so anyway, so many exciting things have been happening, like running into people that, you know, we ran into Taylor Swift here. That was really exciting.
You got a photo with her?
I got a photo with her.
I never get a photo with any of these people, with Bieber, Swift, none of them. There's no photo. It's as though I'm not there.
You should be wearing pumps.
I should be. You think that would make them want to take a photo with me?
Well, if I saw you in pumps... I think
that would freak them out a little bit.
Well, with the hair on your legs, it would. But that's another thing.
It's another thing.
We should talk about that.
I got to get some of that stuff to get the hair off my legs. What's it called?
He got so upset with me because I was looking for Veet. Not that I'm asking for you guys to be a sponsor of our show, but I believe in Veet. Okay.
She believes in Veet.
So Veet is a cold wax. You put it on, you pull it off, it's all gone, right? But I just didn't want to ask for it in the store. So he says, let me ask for it. I go, shut up.
She wouldn't let me ask. She couldn't find it, and, you know, she wasn't feeling very well. But you wouldn't know. She's tremendous energy right now. But I wanted to just get out of there, so I was like, let me go. I'll ask for the Veets. She said, you do not ask anybody for those Veets. she was so angry. She was like, I'm going to find them. And she went aisle after aisle, and she did find them. Now, I don't understand why can't you ask, where's the Veets?
Because
what's so shaming?
It's nothing shameful, but you know, once in a while a woman has a hair that grows where it's not supposed to be, like the one coming out of your eyebrow. Okay. And so what I'm saying is that with
but
you,
I'm not
you
a
just,
woman.
Exactly. So you just clip that. That's okay.
What's coming out of my eyebrow?
I don't know, but it looks like another nose growing. You see
Show
what
me.
I did there?
Show me what it is.
No, it's right there.
It's right there?
Yeah, take a look.
It's a hair? It's not. Oh.
I did that. Now he wants to hit me live. I'm so sorry. James, I'm so sorry. He's so sensitive about his glasses. I don't believe this just happened on air. Did they break?
I can't wear glasses around you. I can't even wear clothes around her. All right, because she's constantly spilling things on me, and it's a disaster. Now
your face is so red. You're so angry.
I'm so upset right now. we should really take a break so that I can freak out, you know, and we can have a big fight about this.
But you have color in you now.
I don't want color in me. I prefer the vampire look that the folks at home are used to. How does that happen? Seriously, how does that happen? You have spatial awareness issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then, you know, you're standing too close.
Look at this. This is terrible, everybody.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to find another sponsor.
I'm going to get over it.
Look, I'm looking for sponsors for this. For this show, I'm going to be honest with you. He loves frames. He's addicted to frames. I'm always finding frame people for him, right?
How about the people who make the little thing that you use to fix your glasses after they break? Maybe they can sponsor the show.
Yeah, maybe they can, but then they could fix a lot of things.
They could.
Yes.
Now, are my glasses crooked?
No, this is the next question. He's going to say that the glass is crooked. You know what? The glasses aren't crooked. We're on straight. You're on straight because you're watching James and Sunda only on JLTV.
No, see, the thing is, the glasses don't look crooked because my nose is crooked, so that makes the glasses look straight.
It's not a nose. That's not a nose. It's a weapon.
Not a nose. It's a weapon.
All right, guys, when you come back.
It's a weapon. Look out, ladies and gentlemen.
When you come back, you wait till we have a show for you today.
Wait
That's
till we have a show. We don't have one yet, but we're gonna. You just wait, and we're gonna have a show at some point. So stick around. All right, welcome back to the show. Joining us now on the show, we have two tremendous chefs, ladies and gentlemen, Danielle Keene and Robert Bracalello.
Yeah, there you go. That was nice, Bracalello. I like that.
Sunda's very excited because he's from Jersey.
He's from Jersey, yes he is. He's from Cape May, but that's not for me to say. It's for you to say and admit it.
I
admit it.
I do admit it.
How beautiful is Cape May?
I'm proud of it.
That's right? You're Italian?
Yeah, I am Italian.
There you go.
How could you tell?
You're from Jersey.
Bracalello.
You never know. That sounds like a new dish.
You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. I practiced for about a week, and I finally got it right.
And he likes Italians. But you know, Danielle, we're not going to ignore you because your last name is Keene.
No, because you're not from Jersey. Believe me, I get
Where are you
ignored.
from? Like Carolyn Keene?
No, I'm not from Jersey. I grew up on a street called Cape May. So
Get out of here.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Cape May, and there's Cape May Courthouse.
There's
a
courthouse.
There is a courthouse, but it is called Cape May Courthouse.
That's true.
I mean, it's the town called Cape May Courthouse. And so many interesting things have happened to me with food there in Cape May. So it's ironic that you are doing this. The food is just, first of all, you're down the shore and there's a lot of stuff to play around with.
We could just watch them talk about Jersey for about 7 minutes.
But we're not. He thinks I'm always talking about New Jersey. But there's such, it's a beautiful neighborhood. It's a beautiful area, first of all.
Yeah, you tell us, even though he's from there and you're not, you tell us about it.
And I wanted to know, where did you get, what was your first influence when it came to baking?
My mom. Even though I'm not a huge baker, and Miss Keene made all these beautiful desserts.
Oh, so you were taking the credit by looking good next to it.
Definitely my mom. And
yeah?
my grandmother, absolutely. We had cooked meals every day, 5 days a week. After work, she would come home and cook, and on the weekends, all weekend. So it was wonderful.
And a lot of gravy, right?
Well, we had a lot.
You call it pasta, right? I mean, we call it sauce out here.
We call it sauce.
Yeah, it's sauce. It's sauce.
Don't confuse them.
Yeah, it's too much. We're too smart. What about you? What was your influence?
Same thing. My mom and my grandma. Like, she made everything from scratch. I was just used to growing up like that, and I always enjoyed helping her, like, making stuff, but ironically, I only like to bake things, so
you're the baker.
Well, here's the question. How do you stay looking like a thermometer? You're baking. Look at this. I gained 5 pounds just
smelling it, yeah.
Hardly, but thank you. No, well, the funny thing is, I always think it's the cure for the sweet tooth, because as you progress, like as I got out of culinary school, I stopped eating less and less dessert, because I tell people the sugar is coming out of my veins. So you taste it, that you're like, okay, it's good. I know what it tastes like. It's delicious, but I don't actually want to like eat a slice of cake. Though I do. My thing is, and everyone thinks it's funny, is my big thing is candy. Like sour candies, gummy worms, I can't, that's my weakness. So,
you still have
I
your
can't
teeth.
make them. Yeah. Well, I also enjoy dental hygiene, so it works out for me.
I enjoy dental hygiene. I do.
You enjoy doing it to other people.
I do.
She's cleaned my teeth.
I've scaled his teeth.
Scaled my teeth.
I have scaled his teeth. Because, you know, listen, funds is low, you still got to keep your teeth. These look pretty good,
Gotta
right?
keep your teeth. And how about starting, this is how you keep your teeth, right here.
Right. So tell us about this granola. I mean, tell us everything that's on
What
here.
is here? Yes.
And what's for me?
And what's for her?
I'll start since I have the solo dish. This is a seared ahi tuna salad. Comes with organic tricolor carrots, mixed greens, Napa cabbage, a little bit of shaved radish, and it comes in a honey sesame ginger sauce. Now the reason I really enjoy this dish is it's so versatile. If you want just a vegetarian option, you can pull the tuna off, add a little bit more edamame, and now you have two purposes for one dish.
There you go.
That's what I enjoy about it. Plus, it's just so fresh and pretty looking.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you. You married?
I am.
Well, that's good. Does she cook?
She does.
That's great.
I don't.
You don't cook at home, right?
No.
Forget about it. I don't blame you.
Why would I?
Here's the thing. This is what happens. People come over, and here's one of my questions. People come over, they want to eat, and you know, you've invited them, you want to be hospitable, and then someone says, you know, I have a nut allergy. Like, when do you ask people? Let's just say you're planning something. I mean, what's this with the nut allergies? Is this new? When I was a kid, everybody ate nuts.
Yeah, it's a false plague. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as a nut allergy.
It seems more common today.
Doesn't it?
I don't know
All
why.
of a sudden, it's more common. Right? Where was the nut allergy in the 30s?
There's a lot of allergies.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
wish I
buying
could
it.
answer you.
Gluten, right? A lot of gluten people out there.
That's
Right?
That's the new.
That gets the
that's
bakers.
the new thing.
Yeah,
Gluten,
the
yeah.
new
yeah.
allergy.
So
That's
do you
the
think
new
that's a
allergy.
new angle when it comes to baking? Let's just say that you're promoting a new pastry, and so they're looking for gluten-free. And how do you make that tasty? Because my kids hate it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say there's two sides to it because my brother-in-law and niece are gluten-free, not lactose.
She's telling their business.
She's telling their business. Yeah, that's good. You've come to the right show. Tell us more about the medical history of the family and what's wrong with them and stuff like that. We're interested. Any diabetics?
Actually, my boyfriend,
Oh,
ironically.
they have boyfriend's diabetic.
Dating a pastry chef.
Congratulations on your
She
diabetes.
won out sick.
Yes, and everybody's business. She's a dual champion.
Dual champion.
Yes.
But with gluten-free, it's definitely a thing of people, maybe they're just discovering that that's why they always had tummy issues, but a lot of people too just, I think they want to live gluten-free, I don't know.
What
but
is
it's
gluten?
Definitely,
What is this stuff?
well, it's definitely a challenge with baking because so many things have flour and it's hard to, so there's definitely some things I've been working on that I think, like I can't put something out that's gluten-free that tastes gluten-free.
That's what,
You know,
that
like,
tastes
oh,
good.
very good. You know, just like a
Right.
dog bone. So
Right.
it's definitely a balance because it's kind of the nerdy part of baking, but certain things do have
necessary.
elements. Yeah, like sugar. You can't just take it all out. It has properties. It makes things crispy. So gluten gives it. That's what binds it. So I mean, it's definitely like for me a balance that I still want to have baked goods that people could eat it and go, oh, I didn't realize it was gluten-free. And I go, okay, then I feel like my job is done.
Now you guys are a team?
Whoa.
We are.
Wow. So you're like a married. This is your work.
He's married. What kind of
this is-
trouble are you causing
This
right
is
now on
no.
this
When we
show?
come back, I want to know what it's like.
We gotta take a break.
Well, when we come back, I want to see what it's like because you have your marriage and then you have your work marriage, and we're going to come back and talk about
And we're
that.
also going to get to dessert when we come back. We're
yeah,
gonna get to
they
this
could probably
action.
hit each other with frosting.
Well, you hit me while you were talking just now. You probably didn't even notice. You're so used to it. So we'll come
stay
back and
back.
find out how well they get along, ladies and gentlemen, and see if it matches how we get along. So stick around, and we'll have dessert. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back. We are here with Robert Braccarello and Danielle Keene. So how many hours a week do you guys spend working with each other?
60
60.
Look at the face on
Yeah.
her.
And you get along?
when we have to.
When we have to.
Wow, I like that. I like that.
What do you guys disagree on?
Usually nothing, because she's in a whole different section of the kitchen.
See. So they get
She's in the
along.
back, that's right.
That's why we get along.
Why?
That's why. And you have to remember something, that food brings people together. Everybody loves food, I think, and those who say they don't are in denial and they're eating a cake in their bathroom. And I've done that.
It's nice. You're having like
depression.
a
I'm having
a Gandhi moment.
I'm having a Gandhi
She's
moment.
having a Gandhi moment.
I get my Pepperidge Farm cake, nobody knows. I let it defrost a little bit, and then I eat it.
Yeah, I'd rather, I kind of like la la la
don't wanna
on,
hear
on
that.
a frozen
Yeah.
Pepperidge Farm.
I know, I
insulted
know.
her.
I know, because this is going to be so much better.
But see, now you know. And
Now
you
I know.
And you can come visit us.
Now, I don't bake. That's the thing. I cook, but I don't bake. I'm no Betty Crocker. I'm going to tell you that right now. And it's a science. This is easier to put together, not to, like, knock
No
you down.
disrespect.
No disrespect to
No
you.
disrespect,
But look,
okay?
he's throwing there the
But I mean,
name.
like, I've done that.
I mean, he doesn't have to measure. How do you do that? Were you good in math?
Actually, yeah, oddly enough, that was the only thing in high school that I liked was math. But see, that's the thing, like, yeah, I don't cook. I think you have to have a different palate to be a cook, because you can kind of adjust and you make a soup. I made a soup once for my boyfriend, and it was, he's very simple. He likes chicken tortilla soup. And I was like, I could do this. And it was like, I knew that there was something wrong and I didn't know what to add. He would have been like, oh yeah, this, that, the other thing.
A chicken toe.
That's
So
all you need.
hopefully not,
something.
but
Chicken
but with baking, yeah, it's like once you have your recipe and you like it and you perfect it, you know, if as long as you follow the recipe, like, it's gonna come out. But yeah, sometimes that does kind of intimidate people.
It does.
But I
it
like
does.
it.
It does. I'm very. It's hard because I have to cut off my cookies to make them.
I've eaten at your place a lot. Are you
I
putting
do.
chicken toes and stuff?
No, but I did have a nanny who used chicken feet, and it scared the life out of me.
And what?
I can understand
She was
the whole
basically
feet.
kosher, by the way. Chicken feet are kosher.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And I did not know she was getting
Thank
them from
God
the
they're
butcher.
kosher.
I don't know what else she was getting from the butcher. But I opened this bag, and there were like these toes in there, and I just said, no, I'm not sick. Because at first I was looking, and I said, are they waffles? Because you can't figure it out right away. You know what I mean?
Waffles?
They're chicken feet. Well, I thought maybe they had put the waffles in the bag, but they were feet. They were chicken
You've never
feet.
mistaken a foot for a waffle?
It can happen.
twice.
Yeah, it can happen.
Twice.
And so,
Chicken toe tortilla soup.
listen, the world, first of all, the world of cooking is so unbelievable. There's wars on television. There's people talking about people. Like, what do you think about Nigella? What's her name?
Nigella?
Nigella?
Nigella.
Nigella? What do you think?
Nigella.
What do you think? I think she's getting a hard time. I think her assistants turned her in and she treated them well. And is she really a beast? What's going on? Give us a scoop. Look, we're a talk show. We're a news show.
And if she
I
has
want to
any
know.
medical issues, please.
Oh,
And I want her to come on the show, too. Do you think there's a lot of hype? That's what I'm saying. Look, she's married to Saatchi, the biggest advertising person there is. Is her food really that good? Or are her recipes really that good? Because I heard you guys
All
were
right,
just
it's like an
as good, if not better.
interrogation. It's okay.
I mean, I don't know her personally, therefore I don't want to speak too much. But I
what
mean,
do you
it's
know?
just,
What do you know?
you know, I mean, there's always a fine line between people that are actually physically cooking every day and people that are celebrities. I mean, who knows the last time she was actually cooking? And I don't know. I
love
don't
it,
know.
'cause
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
the same.
Okay.
I'm with you.
I don't
with you.
have assistants, so she's on a different level. So
Right.
I think that
It's
was a
just
lot of
different.
information.
That is a lot of
think
information.
that's what you wanted.
You're not going to believe this. I really thought that was you smelling like that, and then I realized it
The
was that.
stuff.
I
But
feel so much
smell
better.
like seared tuna, ahi salad.
I was saying, what did you eat?
Nothing
but anyway.
yet, but let's. You were on Top Chef, the dessert, right? Just
I
desserts.
was, yes.
And
Was that exciting?
it was. I actually,
scared?
ironically, it was 3 years ago, but I just had a dream about it last night.
Tell
that
me
I
about
was
it.
Like,
coming here.
was I winning? Did I win? I was a finalist, so
It's a big
it was
deal.
good. Yeah,
Huge, yeah.
I was a finalist in pageants, never a winner, but go ahead.
it's
It's not that funny. It's kind of hurtful. I have dreams too.
it was. Yeah, it
You
was.
can dream about things like that. I always
Yeah.
dream that they're calling me on stage and I don't have my other shoe.
So you
True
just
story.
kind of hobbled out.
No, I'm freaking out. That's when I wake up. They're always announcing me, and I have that number, and you walk in. Look, he's from Jersey. How many pageants go on down Cherry Hill is where Miss America was, Atlantic City, every friggin' Miss America.
One a week.
At least one a week. And they would always say something, I enjoy cooking, and I would be like, oh,
I
baking. That's what they like,
I
baking.
can't believe you never won, but I don't believe that. I think you did win one time. You did win one time.
Miss Congeniality.
She won Miss Congeniality, ladies and gentlemen.
Not once. I won that all the time.
She won that all the time.
But it wasn't Miss Cookality like these people.
She is as sweet as the stuff in front of us. Which we should hear about it before we run out of time.
No, we should eat it.
Well, let's hear what it is.
So,
Yes,
briefly,
please.
Rob described his salad. So these are things we're making at the local table, which is in Newbury Park, and he's the chef, and I'm the pastry chef. And so, for the pastry side, we're doing desserts and like an open case, so you can come in and buy things to go and buy things for events. So these are cupcakes. These are banana and ginger snap.
I love banana.
Cream. Good, me too.
Tremendous.
It's kind of underused. I love banana.
Isn't it underused?
Yes. It's that thing that people are like, is this banana or coconut?
It's okay. Banana's a strong fruit.
But see, you gotta try. You gotta
strong
try
fruit.
it because
We're gonna try it.
I'm a fan of banana baked goods. And
Me
then
too.
You should try the banana baked good.
We're gonna sell, packaged items too to go. So we have granola, which is my favorite thing on earth. If I was on a deserted island, would be cereal.
That's
And
it.
So
That's all you need.
I make this. Yeah.
Dessert.
I love it. You could put it on anything.
Deserted island, I'd have cereal. Very good.
It's funny, yeah. It's a comedian.
And then this is our version of an Oreo, so we call it a Barrio.
Oh,
and
an
it's
And I'm an Oreo
She's
too.
an Oreo.
What are the odds?
Oh my God, what a small world. You brought Oreos.
That was planned.
That was planned right.
And then caramel brownies, and I really
Caramel
love
bread.
Your dream.
My dream.
That's right. Well,
Delicious.
I just can't. Well, it's interesting because when James was very sick and he was in the hospital, one of many
What are
times.
you, her now? Giving away my
No,
medal?
I'm telling his business. I bought him a banana muffin and he flipped out
this
in the
is true,
hospital. That's why I'm laughing about
Flipped
this.
out bad?
I was
Like how dare you?
under a lot of medication, so I didn't like flip out. I couldn't really get up. I was just like, in my grogginess and daze, I just said to her, Sunda, when have you ever seen me eat a banana? And the answer was never. She had never seen me eat a banana.
But it was a banana,
Yeah, see, I don't like bananas, but I like banana baked goods.
and now you do too.
I love it. Yeah, I'm very excited to try
I can't
this,
wait to
yeah.
see you eat it.
You want me to eat the banana?
I do. Let's give it up for James having one of these.
I can't wait to eat this. Oh my God, here
I
we
hope
go.
he
ladies
drops
and-
flour all over his
You
tie.
do. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna go.
I blow on it?
Wow.
Dude, it looks like you've been with Nigella over there. You gotta take that off your nose now.
I'm just concerned about my gluten allergy, but otherwise I think it's tremendous, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
We're in
look
for the whole
at you.
thing.
Licking fingers and everything. You dirty today. Look at this.
No.
This is erotica.
You're very right. I'm sorry if you're all getting turned on at home. If you need to step away from the TV for a moment, I completely understand.
Don't give it to me. What do I look like?
Here, get in on the Oreo, actually.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen.
That's like cannibalism for me. So this will be good.
That's like cannibalism for you? That's hilarious.
I think this is really good.
Wow. I love that.
I'm going back to Cape May. You tell them you bringing a mounion home.
Oh my God.
That's
Sunda.
right. We gonna have pasta June collard greens. I love it. It is good. Oh my
That's
God, my
really
teeth
good.
hurt.
That was tremendous. This was great, ladies and
Ah!
gentlemen. Banana, ginger.
It's not too sweet.
Good. That's what I try to do.
You want too sweet. This stuff is the bomb.
God, thank you.
How do you make granola? I never think about that. Whoever thinks about it, it's like making Cheerios. How do you make granola?
Well, I wouldn't know how to make. I'm sure you have to make that in
Oh,
a
you
big
bought it?
factory. No.
Wow.
No.
Like
Everything.
How do you make
Everything
granola?
made from scratch. It's actually very easy. It's just oats and there's unsweetened coconut. That's like the wide, crispy part, and cranberries and currants, pepitas like the pumpkin seeds.
I love
sunflower.
pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. For some crunch, and then there's just a little bit of olive oil, so it's good for you.
I didn't know that.
And maple syrup and cinnamon, and I use a really great like
You
Vietnamese
bake it?
cinnamon. Yeah, and then you just bake it in the oven for
Okay.
about 40 minutes, and every 10 minutes you just kind of stir it up, and it gets
I
crispy.
had no idea.
homemade granola.
I had no idea how to make granola.
It's actually really easy.
You should take those pumpkin
You should have
seeds.
some. You want some granola?
My teeth, I don't have any teeth on this side.
You don't have
Stop
any
it.
teeth?
They're coming in. My teeth are coming in. Here's, I was going to say, you know, it'd be interesting if you took the pumpkin seeds, ground them, and then put them on top of that.
That's something we could do.
We could do
I
that,
feel
right?
like we sent the wrong
Absolutely.
message to the people watching because we went right for the desserts and we didn't have the salad. You know what I mean? It's not what you should do at home.
Well, then you
the
should have it
salad
right
first.
now.
I already had the cupcake. I mean,
Well,
how
listen.
do you go from that
All
to
we're saying is this: if we
healthy?
want to find out more about you, what's your website?
It's the localtablenp.com. That's where we're at, the local table.
NP for what? Negro people? God forbid!
Newberry Park.
Newberry Park, ladies and gentlemen. Newberry Park.
Starting rumors.
Well, we have two tremendous chefs right here, Danielle Keenan and Robert Braccicello. say it again.
Close enough.
Close
What
enough. I got
can
it
you
right
do,
so many times.
Braccicello? Oh, look at you, got dirty. I even touched
Did I?
you. Yeah.
How? Where?
And now we're both on the same website, or you have your own, or?
Yes, we are. We're both on the local
And so when
table
are we
website.
coming to your place?
Hopefully in the next 2 weeks.
Good. So we're gonna come. All right, and you're gonna. I would love
Sounds
to come.
like a threat. We're gonna come. All right, we're coming. to
He's
your place.
Italian.
You're invited.
We're invited. See what I mean? With all due respect, we're
With all
invited.
due respect, we'll be there in 2 weeks.
We can't wait, and we are so glad I've had you on the show. Would you come back to see us again?
We would love to.
Good, and bring me back some lobster.
Bring her lobster. Right, it's a Jewish network.
Kosher.
And that's what, kosher lobster, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta take a break. We will be back. Thank you very much. All right, welcome back. It's been a while since we've gone down this road, Sunda. Why am I like in front of you there? That's
Because
better.
you want to be.
I do want to be in front of
That's
you.
why your name is first in the show, and it's always James.
Really? Is that how
Yeah.
you feel? It's always James.
Oh, always. Everybody wants to talk to James. James.
She's not wrong. Everybody wants to talk to James.
Unbelievable.
In fact, there are only two people in the history of the world who are more in demand than I, and that would be, of course, Jesus and Moses.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And as we talk about this many times, Jesus gets a lot of play.
A lot of press.
play. He gets a lot of press. Everybody wants to know, what would Jesus do? That's a
Right.
big question.
Right.
Right? However, there are people who would like to know, what would Moses do?
This is true.
And we've talked about it before on the show, so we have, of course, done some research. We have found some situations, and we've had our research team look into it and find out what Moses would do. So we're going to try to do this, and hopefully this is going to be excellent comedy. Are you ready?
If you wrote it, it's excellent.
We, and John will.
Why are you like passing blame
Because
before
we
we
don't know how
start?
this is going to go. You know what I'm saying? So if it goes really well, I'll take the credit, and if not, we'll say you and John.
And
wrote
then
it.
you'll, of course, and then
know?
later on you'll be like, he stole my joke. Okay.
Well, that would be you.
Yeah, that's
okay,
you.
so here we go. What would Moses do, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, are you ready, Sunda? I'm going to read this
I am
first one.
so ready. I'm
Get
getting
excited.
older.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
getting older, and all my friends are getting married with kids, and I'm not. What would Moses do?
Moses, he would recommend a nice assisted living facility. That's what Moses would do. Go ahead,
All
read
right.
the next one.
I just moved into a new house, and I already hate my neighbor. What would Moses do?
Depends on your neighbor's wife.
Ah, there you
Depends
go.
on your neighbor's wife.
I am 33 years
No,
old.
you skipped this one.
I didn't want to.
You don't like that one. Okay, fine, forget it. Skip
Okay,
it.
because there's a typo.
Well, you could imagine what the word is supposed to be,
Okay.
right?
I put my 5 kids through religious school, and they're all idiots. What would Moses do?
Moses would put your next 5 kids in public school. Because the Orthodox have a lot of children. Hello there. That's the joke. Okay. Then now you can do the next one.
I work with a
I'm
comedian
30 yeah.
who is always trying to be first in everything. What would Moses do?
Moses would show enormous gratitude towards that comedian and thank and count your blessings that you get to work with him. That's what Moses would
What
do.
would James do? He would sanitize his jokes.
That's true. My jokes are always being sanitized by antibacterial soap.
Yeah, they're anti-Semites. Okay, so keep
Okay.
going.
Go ahead, read the next one.
My kids are being
No,
bullied.
the one before that.
I'm 33 years old again, and I'm constantly fighting with my mom. She is driving me crazy, and I can't take it anymore. What would Moses do? 33 years old, constantly fighting with his mom. She's driving me crazy, can't take it anymore. What would Moses do? James, tell the people.
Moses would wait until you hit 40 and then move out.
Clearly, Moses is Italian.
Moses knows. This is what Moses do. Okay, now if you want to know what Jesus would do, just put these into Google and see what comes up. We got one more. Go ahead, Sunda.
My kids are being bullied at school, and the bullies' parents don't care. What would Moses do?
Okay, first Moses would turn all their water to blood. Then he would infest their homes with frogs, then lice, then fleas, then disease their animals, give them boils, burn their homes with fiery hail, followed by locusts and a week of darkness, and then kill their firstborns.
Bring him on to my kid's school.
That's how Moses handles bullies.
That's how Moses handles bullies. And I'm so glad we're talking about bullies anyway. Because,
Are you?
Yeah, I've never heard such madness. It's the strangest kind of bulliness that's going on. Can you imagine this? Somebody says, my daughter says to me, I need a Louis Vuitton bag. I said, why? She goes, well, so-and-so has a Louis Vuitton bag, and then so-and-so is wearing one, but it was not real. It was from China. They're all from China. Who are we kidding?
Even Louis Vuitton was from China.
He was. He's really
like,
Louis Vinchin.
Yeah, Louis Vinchin was originally assembled at the Louis Vuitton factory in China.
It's just, I don't know. I'm so glad we're talking about
bullies. I know
bullies.
the 8-year-old who made the original Louis Vuitton.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Bullies, let me tell you, bullies are so boring. You're not funny. And what I want to tell them is that wait 10 years from now, let's see what they'll be doing. They're the popular girls, Mom.
The bullies?
They're the populars. Yeah, they're popular.
Yeah. Well, look what Moses would do. We see here, there's good documentation on what Moses does to bullies, and I think that
I want to be let off the chain in my kid's school. That's what I want to do. Let me tell you what I want to do.
Go now.
I go on the elevator. I say good morning to the kids. Everybody's looking left, right. Nobody says good morning, okay? So I said, cat got your tongue? They don't even know what it means. They thought I said cats.
Maybe you got to come up with a more modern expression, like Miley Cyrus got your tongue?
What is with Miley Cyrus? Well, talk about another bully. I mean, come on. She practically is just like, she's a walking tongue. What happened?
A walking tongue.
She's a walking tongue. She has so much strength in that tongue, she could stand on her head with that tongue. I don't know what's going on with kids. We had Donny Osmond, we had Michael Jackson, we had real talented people.
And the kids today get Miley Cyrus.
It's just, even the name is just terrible.
And Justin Bieber.
Well, he's different.
He's special.
He's a fan.
He's a fan.
You gotta love your fans. But let me tell you something. To all those bullies out there, I'm gonna get you. I'm just gonna tell you this.
She's gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I decided that.
What would you do? Now we know what Moses would do to a bully.
Well, what I do to a bully, I'll tell you what I would do.
Jesus would turn the other cheek.
This is what I do to them. Can I tell you something?
What would Sunda do?
This is what I do. When I find one of these animals at my kid's school and I say good morning and they don't speak and they look at me like this and they don't speak and I go, honey, you dropped your head, and they go like this and they're looking like idiots. I love it.
We were bullied yesterday. At Rite Aid. We were online at Rite Aid and we were purchasing stuff and we had a bet. You know how like you can go to the pharmacy at Rite Aid or at any of those pharmacies and you can do some shopping, then go pick up your prescription, and then that person in front of you has all their groceries as well. And you don't really like it, but what can you do? It's a register. Well, we had a woman behind us freaking out. Why don't you say what she was saying?
But I want to get my medication. Why are you standing here? You're doing grocery shopping. I was like, well, it's not a grocery store, but they're selling stuff. But anyway, to make a long story short,
she was bullying you.
That's another bully. So you know what Moses would tell her? Go to the express checkout, and you come back, and we got some more stories for you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. We have more stories for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on a bit of a sugar high, you know what I mean? Because we had all that dessert.
It's funny you would mention sugar high because I was just in Paterson, New Jersey, visiting my aunt who was ill. And I decided that I would go to Elmwood Park and visit a friend whom I haven't seen, in quite some time. Her daughter's having a baby. It's so nice. And now she's doing Santeria. And if you don't know what Santeria is, that's something where you're able to speak to the spirits and have things happen. And I went there and she had a collection of dolls and she had a collection of candles. And there are saints. There's food for the saints. There's food for the statues. Nobody offers me anything to eat, all right?
You're not a saint.
I'm not a saint, yeah.
But one day.
But anyway, it was just so bizarre because I haven't seen that in so long, and you feel the fire from the candles coming up, and you don't expect to see that. That's all I'm saying.
Did you ask this brujeria woman? I imagine it was a woman, right?
Yes.
Did you ask her for any prognostications?
I did ask for a prognostication.
And why don't you tell the folks what you learned?
She asked if I could show her a picture of my aunt, and I showed her, and she said she is healing, and I'm telling you, she was healing. I thought that she was healing.
It works.
But it's interesting because when you come from a world, you have to understand, it's like going back, okay? Here we're in Beverly Hills, we go to the temple and we pray. But now there's a lot of people to pray to when you got to pray to this saint and that saint and this saint. I mean, it adds up on you. And they're not even saints. I don't know who they are. And they're in these colored candles and they're lit. And I'm not making fun of anybody because they could put a spell on me.
There's a voodoo doll being built right now as you speak.
You had to see the voodoo dolls that came in from New Orleans. She had them from New Orleans. She had them from San Juan. She had them from all over the place. I said to James, this was phenomenal for me to see something like that, that people actually think that this is going to work. He gave me some insight about Judaism. Share that with us.
First, I want to know, do you think it's actually going to work?
I don't want it in my house because it might.
Because it might. You believe. You're a believer.
You never know if it's going to work or not. I don't know. But...
And did she give you any information?
She gave me information that was interesting. I showed her a picture of my aunt, and she said she's going to be healing. So I went along with that. That was the good side. But there was a dark side. There was a dark side of all dark candles and of all dark, like, figurines and stuff like that. But the voodoo dolls were like, I mean, they were like crazy looking, like, and that, you know, you could put pins. And I'm wondering, like, how could I do something to James's frames?
You already have.
I have.
Can you show us again what the doll looked like? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
It was just crazy. And one was like, and then one was like, and I couldn't believe it because they have food out there for them, and you can't talk about things. Like, gotta feed the dolls. Forget the children.
Right.
Feed the dolls. But I was talking to him about this because, you know, in Judaism, you don't have this kind of thing, and he corrected me.
Judaism has its own sort of version of prognostication and mystical... you know,
share
stuff.
with us.
People sometimes feel like there's a kanina hara on them,
which
is
means
the evil eye, and then they have bad luck, and they got to get that taken off of them. Kabbalah, as you know, Kabbalists, like white magic. Kabbalists can tell you about your future. They use the halacha and the Talmud and all that to figure out what's going to be and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. They can tell you a lot of them. There's a lot of Kabbalists out there. A lot of Kabbalists.
And a lot of them are fake. But you know what I want to hear? I want to hear your stories. If you have anything that has to do with Brujeria or Kabbalism or Kabbalist, let us know
Fortune
at James and
telling.
Sunda. Yeah, because it's interesting how many people rely on these.
You know, there are people that go to Psychics Weekly, you know, and to get information, to know what to do. People read horoscopes.
Mine are horoscopes. That's what mine are. Mine are horoscopes. No, they really are. Every time it comes to Scorpions, it's like you're brooding, you're depressed, and you're concerned about your career. How many times am I going to hear that?
You need to talk to a Kabbalist, not the New York Post.
I believe the New York Post. I like the New York Post, and I have to read my horoscope. I don't know about you people, but if you open up the Inquirer, not that I'm an avid reader, but I'm standing online, I might as well pick it up and read it.
Just not avidly.
And flip through the pages. I go right to the horoscope, and it tells you your horoscope for the next week. And it told me once I was going to fall down. Do you remember the day when it told me that in 4 days something was going to happen to me?
I have to tell you, Sunda, I had a doll made about you that week.
What did the doll look like?
I just dropped it.
Listen to me. If you have crazy stories like that, let us know. But I just want to tell you, it was such a shock, a visit. It was just a blast from the past, and it was so good. I went to Patterson, and I got my hair done at CJ's on Lafayette Street, and I got a doobie done, right?
Got a doobie done.
You know, my daughter's trying to tell me there's no such thing as a doobie. It's called the doobie-doo, and that's when they put like a beer can on top, and then they wrap your hair, and they pin it all around. And I was sitting with the Spanish ladies, and Patterson is just very different right now. I hadn't seen those candles and stuff like that in so
Patterson
long.
is very different. They have there's not as many blood stains as there used to be all over the city.
Well, that's because there's a lot of snow. Here's what's happened.
That's why the snow is.
We can't do anything with James and Patterson. This is James and Patterson. And I say, what are you doing?
That's everybody in Patterson, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, not just me. All right, not just me.
It's not just you.
It's not just me.
But it was so retro because, you know, Sue Katz and I both come from Patterson, and her husband's like, be careful. Her brother's like, be careful.
Actually, you know, I resent that because when I was in Patterson, I walked around like I was safe.
You were near the park.
Okay, and the people were telling me you don't want to be walking around here. All right, people were telling me that, and I was walking around. Everyone in Patterson is ducking. You walk around like this. You know, every noise could be the end. You never know when your last moment is going to be when you're walking around.
And I
there.
just want to tell you people at Modell's, if someone's making a purchase like I was making a purchase of Timberland, you know, the little boots.
Tim's.
I got stuck in a blizzard. All right, that's why I'm all chapped. So I'm buying the boots, and I said to the guy nicely, Filipino guy, I don't even know what he's doing there, and he says, no. He says, no, he's not going to waterproof my boots. And I'm making a purchase. And I said, well, don't you want this purchase? And he says, you have to buy the entire can. So I gave him my credit card. I told him to go to the counter, and I said, I'm going to wear these out. And I sprayed them anyway. So if you're watching, I sprayed them anyway. I used your can, and I sprayed my boots.
Big safety tip, by the way. If you're going to be walking around in Patterson, better to be walking around with diamonds and jewelry than with Timberland and Uggs.
That's true.
All
I was
right?
wearing too much.
They want to
I
get
was
that.
wearing too much
That's what they
jewelry.
want.
That's what I was thinking.
That's
I was
the
wearing
prize.
And then my brother got embarrassed because he kept telling me, I know people, I know people. And I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah,
he should waterproof my boots.
He knows people.
But I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
what's happened
Okay.
is that the black hats are out there, meaning
Yeah.
the Jews, the Orthodox Jews, and they are pimping right past. The brothers are walking
pimping.
past like
Brothers,
that.
Orthodox
and
Jews.
they're walking like there's nothing wrong, like it's Williamsburg. It's a whole new scene. And interestingly enough, we found out from your drug rehab place that when the Orthodox go to buy drugs, oh, I shouldn't talk about this?
What? First of all,
Let me talk about this.
first of all,
I'm going to talk
first
about
of all,
it. It'll be 20 seconds.
You make it sound like I was in a drug rehab, okay? I was never in drug rehab.
He was working
I was
at a drug
working at a drug
He
rehab
was.
place.
He was working at drug
and
rehab.
Sunda performed there.
And I performed
when
there.
she mentioned Patterson, the place went nuts.
They went nuts. We got, it was accolades. It was unbelievable. And
Yes.
I said to them, how do you know? And the guy told me that they drive through, and when the cops stop them, they put on their hats, and they say they're lost.
And they say they're lost. Yeah,
And they
put on that.
they escort them. The cops escort the Jews who are copping. You need to dress up. They told me it's the best in Patterson. Patterson is the best heroin, the best coke. I think they have the best shoes. You can buy anything in Patterson. You really can. But my God, can you get a hot dog all the way or what? I mean, that's great.
Yeah, that's what the Orthodox are really doing. They're going to Patterson to eat not kosher, not to buy drugs.
I
That's
did
what they're
see
going
somebody
for.
take off a yarmulke and get a pepperoni pizza.
Really?
Yes, I did.
There you go.
You see?
You heard it right here, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
I'm not one to gossip, people. You know that. I am not a yenta. I'm just telling you like it is. And again, I want to hear all your stories. Write to us. Let us know.
Okay.
I don't want you guys to think I'm crazy. It's just an experience I had that my friend was a hairdresser and now she's doing voodoo. Who knows what she did with my hair?
Did you leave anything of yourself with her?
I probably did. But we're not going to talk
There you
about
go.
that.
You ready?
To what?
To say goodnight.
No, don't go, guys. Come back.
They'll be
I had
back.
so much fun with you guys.
She
And
had
I'll
a lot of
waterproof
fun.
your shoes for you
She
and for
waterproof-
no additional charge.
She'll waterproof your shoes, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.